Well, here's a look at what's going on out there in parts of Mississippi and Tennessee from the weekend deluge of severe thunderstorms. Now the problem is flooding. Just a week ago, it was, of course, the tornadic outbreak. Now the flooding, that's a church that's just being carried away by a stream or a river that has just left its banks. And the power of this rushing water is going to continue to cause problems, even though the rain is expected to taper off and has tapered off in many areas as of early this morning. But that area of the country is still going to take quite some time to let those waters recede and to kind of clean up. Speaking of letting the waters recede, we're finally getting rid of some of the rain here in the land of enchantment, but not before we introduce a few more thunderstorms and a little more snow to parts of the state. That's right, I said snow. Here's a zoom in on what's going on down to the south. Look at the shades of blue there from Ruidoso back through Cloudcroft and all points in between. Much of the Sacramentos this morning above about 6,000 feet, looking at a pretty good little snow shower taking place at the present time. And on the west side of that, it's left Carrizosa on its way down to Alamogordo. We've got a pretty good little band of thunderstorms. Very dynamic area here. Now it's all kind of wrapped up around the main storm center in the upper atmosphere, but it's going to take another couple of hours to kind of move on out. Rainfall totals the past 24 hours, well, 0.04 of an inch of Ruidoso. Most of that has come as snow, believe it or not, and we did pick up 0.04 of an inch of rain at the Albuquerque. I know if you drove around town yesterday, you probably thought, boy, it sure seemed like it rained a lot more than that. Well, chances are, if you were underneath one of those thunderstorms in the north part of town, you did find more rain than that. Meanwhile, those skies are starting to clear out around the metro, and it's cooling off. 41 degrees in Albuquerque right now, but a lot colder out to the north and west where temperatures are in the 20s and 30s, and it looks like we're going to be in for a chilly go throughout the first half of the day today, and then maybe the sunshine will start to warm things up. You can see definitely out to the west in that drier air, temperature change there, good 15 degrees or so from what we saw yesterday. Wind speeds, not a huge issue right now, won't be a big issue today, but starting tomorrow, the eastern plains could get very windy once again. So let's take you on a little tour from one region to the other. We're going to talk sunshine and temperatures not quite as cold once we make it into the afternoon in the northwest. Here temperatures will be in the upper 60s, and we'll probably even see some 70s down in the southwest today as the sun takes hold, and that'll be a nice change from the weather of the past couple of days. Speaking of temperatures in the 70s, it's cooler than normal in the southeast, but this area will start to dry out. Going to keep you partly cloudy through the first part of the day, and a few spot showers still possible, although most of the rain will move on out by the time we hit the early stages of the afternoon. Just a few lingering clouds here or there, and of course temperatures still running just a little cool. 66 today in Santa Fe, but look at that. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we improve on those numbers by a good 10 degrees. Meanwhile, today should be a calm day in the East Mountains. We're getting ready for wind, though, tomorrow and high fire danger again in the eastern half of the state. Metro upper 60s to near 70, and then it looks like 70s to near 80 midweek and thereafter.